Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are on 26th right now, and when I say we, I mean not only you watching this video, and I appreciate that you are watching it, but my son, my child, is on the back of our cargo bike, and we're going down 26th here from the Golden Hill area so that we could pick up the new Pershing bike lane, bike path. I don't know what exactly to call it yet. It's a separated, isolated bike path, and it's pretty wonderful. So I wanted to bring you on it with me. It's not done yet, and I want to mention that up front. I'm gonna just ease around these cars here. You see all these no right-hand turn signs, and I think that that's for the drivers, so that nobody takes their car up onto the bike lane because it's completely separated and it would take some doing to get out of it. But right now it seems like it's also barricaded for us from here, but we could just dip around the corner and take that little detour sign. I wonder if they're going to put in some sort of bollards, like real substantial buried bollards, to make it so that we can get through the barrier but cars can't. But here we are. We're on the beautiful new bike path now, and this is the way to go. You saw the detour sign, but off to our left there used to be a path separated by K-rails, and that's gone now. A friend of mine rode this a few weeks ago and told me about it, so I really wanted to give it a shot and I wanted to show it to you. This road used to be something of a nightmare, and I think I have a video of it that I'll post right about here. We're going to go a little faster on this because it's a substantial distance and we don't have to do it all in real time, but the separation it's really excellent. And before I go any further in this video, I do want to point out that the reason why this project got done is because two people died on this road. Laura Shin was hit by a driver and while riding a bicycle on this road, and John Sepulveda was killed while riding a scooter by a driver. This project had been planned, but it had been delayed, and then those two people died, within a pretty short frame of time of each other, and the city was prompted to do this project. It's a real shame that the way projects get done in this city is because people die. We know they're going to die, okay? Like, it's entirely predictable that our roads aren't safe and people are going to get hurt, but the city is often reactive rather than proactive in creating safety measures. But here we are. We have the dedicated pedestrian sidewalk. We have our two-lane track, and I'm speeding it up and I'm slowing down. This is clearly not finished yet, but it is open enough that it is pretty useful if you're coming from downtown. If I were going to ride down to a baseball game with my son, I would go this way. If I was going to go to anything downtown, I would most likely take this path to get back to the North Park, Uptown, and then Mid-City area. It's not finished, but I'm very comfortable on it. We have this gigantic barrier off to the left of us, which is not only going to have trees, you can see that they're planted, but there's also multiple textures. It looks like there's a little bit of rocks for maybe irrigation management or water management. When it rains, hopefully this is graded in such a way that water goes there instead of this whole lane collecting with rainwater. We really hope that doesn't happen. That would be a total drag. We'll see how this whole infrastructure stands up to various elements and weather conditions as time goes on. As a matter of fact, it rained a lot this weekend, and if I were going in that direction, I wouldn't mind checking it out just to see how all this fared. But this seems to be engineered way better than something like a painted bike lane on 30th Street, for example, if we were going to pick something. I wanted to slow down the video over here because this is where Pershing intersects with Redwood, and this was always a spot that was difficult, but it looks like they threw a traffic circle, a roundabout in here, and I feel like there's a difference between those two terms, but for the sake of where we are now, we got that big circle that is going to calm traffic, and there are some other buffers in there. I don't know how I feel about the fact that a bicycle has to be completely detoured off of that, but we are already separated, so it kind of makes sense that we would stay separated on the lane and have our own spot. It's okay if we have to slow down a bit too. Um, Honestly, it's a way better infrastructure than anything else we see. I'd love to see something like that over on Fairmount. And right here we get to the end of the bikeway, which part of me wanted to cut the video, but I do want to show you here at the north end of Bird Park. The bike lane ends and no other bike lane picks up. We're going to have to bike about a block to get to Utah to get to another bike lane, and we would have to go even further to get to the 30th Street bike lane. So as much as I love this project, I understand that it's not complete yet, but if you're coming from the south, it's not, there's nothing from downtown to complete it there, and here we're left in a space with a gap as well. But that's okay. Hopefully these gaps will be filled as this project comes to a conclusion, and from there we are going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks so much.